Hello you guys, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Morgan and I am the maker behind LA Crochet, and if you're one of my fabulous returning crochet friends, then hey, welcome back. In today's video we are going to be trying something that I have never done before, and that is probably for good reason. We are going to be seeing how much I can crochet in a 24-hour period. I say 24-hour period, but you know, there's like sleeping time and eating time and sweet treat time, which you would think would fit into the eating time, but it does not. They are separate. I have my palm tree live this weekend, and this is the current inventory that I have. I'll give you guys a closer look in a second. So I'm just gonna try to see what more I can crochet today. I have a trusty little list here, so I'm just gonna challenge myself to see how much I can do, and luckily I have my little trusty steed here. If you did not see, not last week's video, but the video before that, I am now officially a crochet girly. I have joined that side. This metal hook that I've been using since the beginning is a little bit sad about it. After much skepticism, I have realized after trying it that this is just objectively a much better hook, so I finally gave in. So with my trusty seed, we are going to get started with today's video. Before we get into it though, be sure that you like this video and subscribe if you would like to see more fun crochet related content in the future. Few announcements before we get started, you guys. Today is the day my 4-in-1 Ladybug dress up pattern has officially released on my Etsy. This pattern, so you guys know that I love to kind of design patterns that are like on the bigger side, I would say. So I kind of wanted to have a little bit of like a versatility, you know, with this next pattern. So here is the close-up of the little ladybug. So cute. So it is completely no-sew, and as you can see here, the backs are actually removable. So you can take them off and you can dress them up in all the different variations. So here is the sunflower variation. Here, of course, is the adorable rose variation. Look at that. And then finally, one of my personal favorites is the daisy. I love the look of the purple with these like pastel colors, and another little fun surprise. You can also optionally put a little booty on the ladybug if you would like to have that little surprise underneath. This pattern, like I said, it's no-sew. It's perfect for markets because you could have a little ladybug dress up station at your booths. That interactive element always draws people in. And of course, the 4-in-1 element of it is just so much fun, and you could make a bunch of different varieties of it. So if you would like the Ladybug dress up pattern, that is now currently available on my Etsy. Huge shout out to my YouTube members and my Patreon members for testing this pattern. Speaking of Patreon, if you guys didn't know, I do have a Patreon. On there we do exclusive pattern tests, of course finalized versions of my patterns, Zoom hangouts, exclusive Patreon lives, behind the scenes content, plushie pageants, just so many things. So if you would like to join our super special community on Patreon, the link is in the description below. But already, you guys, without further ado, it is now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we are officially starting the timer. Let us get into today's crochet challenge video. Alrighty, so before we get started, I wanted to show you guys real quick all of the items that I currently have made. So here I have these small little friends. I had these at my last Palm Street Live and everybody loved them so much. So this time I made 3 little penguins. I made purple, blue, and gray. This is a pattern by All From Jade. If you guys are familiar with her swinging animal pattern, so she has like the swinging mallard, this is that pattern just without the swing, and they're so small and so, oh, I dropped him. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, small mallard. This is that pattern just minus the swing, but they are so cute. They work up pretty quickly too. So I'm able to do these for like $1 starting bids, which is really nice. And then we have all 4 of my little cowboy Brontos here. I am going to do that one also for a $1 starting bid because he was my prototype, but how iconic is the diva one? Oh my gosh. And then I also love these guys too. Of course, they come with their little banana holsters. I've got my sus ostriches. By the way, at the time you guys are watching this video, this pattern is out now. I love it so much. They look so silly. I've got a cute little fuzzy bee here. That pattern's by Crochet Grove. Here is my Splooting elephant pattern. So cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. I made this using Feels Like Bliss yarn with a 5mm hook, and there are weighted pellets on the inside there. This pattern is going to become available on my Etsy starting May 5th. So actually really soon at the time you guys are watching this video. I also have a little sleepy owl, a shark with a laser beam, theme, and then of course the iconic blue Larry. Today we are definitely going to be making some more Larry modifications because they went so well last time. And then we also have this guy. This one's actually a whip because I still need to add the tail, so we are going to do that today. I also wanted to show you guys my packing corner real quick. So this is what it's looking like. I have another completed ladybug over here, and this is what the rest of them are looking like. So I have another completed daisy back, but I'm currently in the middle of making a fuzzy weighted ladybug. You guys, look at that face. How adorable is that? I need to make some backs for this one, and honestly I think I'm gonna make another one of these too. And then I'm also in the middle of making a pink rose. I need to embroider the spots on this one and this one. I thought it'd be fun to do a purple one. I also need to finish this sunflower one, and then finally I made a daisy one with pink petals instead of white. So the first thing that I'm going to do is finish these ladybug backs. So I'm going to start with the sunflower one since I have most of this one done. So my thought with the ladybugs is to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking I might honestly, hold on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm trying to decide what to do. So I think I am going to have, I might make another ladybug so that I have 6 total. And then I already have 11 backs either made or started. So if I have one more made, then that can be 12, and each ladybug can go with 2 backs. So I thought it would make more sense to sell each ladybug with at least 2 backs, just because the interactive element really only makes sense if you have like multiple backs to interchange it. So I think I'm gonna pair each of the backs up and do it kind of as a bundle, if that makes sense. And then I think I'm gonna do the same thing for the fuzzy one too. So I'm going to make a traditional back. Basically, I'm going to make one of each of the backs in the fuzzy yarn. So if we go with that plan, I should have 8 ladybugs total, which is quite a lot, but it's also going to be like my newest pattern. So I'm really excited about it. And I want to have a lot of different options, especially because of like the interactive element. Alrighty, so the time is 2:56 and I just finished my whole ladybug wardrobe and my last little ladybug here. So I was able to finish all of the ones that I had started before. So that was these 3. So here is the pink rose one with the lime green bottom. This is just the like traditional sunflower one. And then this is the one, the daisy one that I made using the pink petals, and we have the mint down there. I just love these 3 colors together. The pastel color palette is very, very cute. I also did another sunflower one, but with the mint one this time. So now the way that it is, I have 3 of each variation. So I have 12 total and 6 ladybugs. And then I did finish these 2. So I just embroidered the black spots on them. And then finally I made my last little ladybug here. Look at how cute his face is. I just love these derpy little smiles and the way they look on the faces. And then of course I embroidered a little bit of blush on there, but I figured maybe pairing these 2 together would be really, really cute, having the purple back with the mint body. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay all 6 of them out and kind of try to plan which ones I think I'm going to bundle together. Also, I gave him a bow tie. So these were the different combos that I was thinking. So we have 6 total, of course, 2 black, and then I decided to make these other different color variations. Really, this is a great pattern for like color versatility. I feel like it would be good in any color that you would want. But the first one here, I decided to do for both of these ones, we would have the traditional red one go along with it. That way, if someone just wanted like a regular ladybug, then that is included. This one is going to get the rose, and then this one is going to get the daisy one. For the gray one, I was thinking color palette wise, the rose one with the like lime green, and then also the sunflower with the mint green looked really, really cute. For the purple one, I was kind of channeling a little bit of a bright and colorful, cheerful vibe. So we're doing the daisy one with the pink rose one. For the blue one, I thought the traditional sunflower and then the pink daisy. And then finally for the mint one, I had to do the little purple traditional one along with the sunflower one. So all of these are fully finished and ready to go. I know before that I said I was probably going to make 2 of these, but actually I think I'm just going to stick with this one, and I'm going to make 2 backs to go with it, and then we'll be totally done with the ladybugs. Because actually looking at it now, I have a lot of ladybugs and I want to make sure that I can move on to some other things that I wanted to make. So for now, let's work on getting this cute little guy 2 backs. Time check, it is currently 4:20 and I just finished the backs for the fuzzy weighted ladybug that I did. So there is the daisy daisy one. Oh my gosh, you guys, how cute is this little guy? I love the color palette that I chose. I almost went with pink, but I decided because I also did the traditional back, and that of course is in like a darker pink color, I decided that I wanted a little bit more versatility, and I went with white just so it wasn't the same color as that. I was a little bit worried when I was making it that this wouldn't work out, because if you've never worked with this yarn before, feels like bliss yarn. It is incredibly slippery, so I was kind of worried that like the straps wouldn't stay on each of the feet and they would just kind of slide off. But luckily the straps are staying on totally fine. So if you did want to make this pattern using this yarn, it does work out. It's just after you put it on, you're just gonna want to take that like bobble stitch, the leg there, and just pull that just to make sure it's coming up far enough that the strap actually stays on. But yeah, so I have the little daisy one here, and then of course also the traditional one. I embroidered the black spots on it. This could totally be transformed into like a watermelon back or anything like that. This is definitely giving me watermelon vibes, but I'm completely done with the ladybugs. I think given that we have 7 ladybugs, we're probably pretty good for right now. I think we've met our quota. I also went ahead and finished the fuzzy weighted loaf cat that I made as well. All that I needed to do was just add the tail back there. So that is what it is looking like. Look at that face, you guys. One of the things that I love to do when I'm crocheting plushies is just add that little white detailing. I just feel like it adds so much more, like, I don't know, dimension to it. It makes it look a little bit more realistic, and it kind of puts a little twinkle in his eye too. So I just find it very, very cute. So now I have officially crossed the ladybugs off of my list. I think what I'm going to work on next is the ostriches. So of course, as you guys know, my suspicious ostrich pattern is out, but the day of my Palm Street Live is actually the release day of that pattern. And I already have 3 back there, but I wanted to make some different ones. So I realized that I wanted to make one that had like normal eyes, just to show that the pattern is also like a built-in normal ostrich pattern. You don't have to give it the like uncomfortable eyes if you don't want to, even though let's be honest, they're pretty funny. And then I also wanted to make one with feels like bliss yarn because I just thought it would be super cute, especially putting the weighted pellets like actually in the body, and the rest of it can be polyfill. And then I also wanted to, so one of my fabulous Patreon members, Crochet by Coop, so they used the pattern to turn it into a flamingo, and really there was just one part of the pattern that you just need to get rid of. It's just the little neck feathers, and just make the rest of it in pink, and then you also have a built-in flamingo pattern. So I really wanted to make a flamingo as well. I know that's a lot of ostriches, especially for like one event that I'm prepping for, but really the goal is to have these pictures ready so that I can include them in the listing as well. I just like to include as many pictures as possible in my listing, so that way you can kind of like inspire some different things. People can use it also as a flamingo pattern or like in these other styles. But it is about to be 4:30, and I know it's a little bit early, but Mr. LA is going to be going to an event later tonight, so I actually have to start dinner right now. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will check back in with you guys later once dinner is over. Depending on like the progress that I've made, it might be starting to get a little dark outside. We're definitely going to get a lot of after hours vibes in this video because I did kind of start this challenge at like 1 in the afternoon, so it was a little bit later, but I will continue to give you guys time checks as we go on. We are back from dinner. It is currently about 6:30, so I'm going to get started on my flamingo now. I'm thinking for this one, so this one is going to be the one that showcases like, oh, you can use normal eyes as well. So I was thinking purple for the body and then light pink. Well, I guess that would also be the body for like the legs and the neck and the head, if that makes sense. So it's going to be kind of like a cutesy ostrich with unconventional colors. And I have these really pretty pink sinker eyes by Cat, so I think I'm going to use these for that, but I will show them to you guys once the time comes for me to actually use them. So I'm going to get started on this. I'm debating whether or not I should use 2 different colors for like the legs and the head. I think I'm gonna go for it and just use the same color for both. Hey guys, so you're probably wondering why you're not seeing after hours footage right now, because I literally told you that you would, and that is because last night it got to be about like 8 p.m. and my left hand started to feel really tired. And whenever my hand starts to feel tired, I always just stop crocheting right away because I'm always really afraid that like I'm gonna hurt myself. So I was just like, okay, I'm stopping right now. So I made it about this far with making my ostrich. As you can see, I have not stuffed the head yet. I still have to finish the top of the head and then sew the wings on and add like the feathery detailings. But this is what it is looking like so far. This is my first one that I've made with like regular sinker eyes in it and not with the suspicious eyes. And these eyes were gifted to me by Ella. Thank you so much, Ella. They are 25 millimeters and they're called Mermaid Sunset. And I thought they just looked so perfect with this yarn with the purple and the pink. They're like tie-dye almost. They're so, so pretty. So now I'm left not really knowing what to do because as of right now, I'm technically over the 24-hour period since I started at 1 p.m. yesterday. And full transparency, it is like 2 o'clock right now. So yeah, I'm humbly reminded why I don't normally film videos like this just because I frequently like to take breaks. Also, I just think it's a good idea to take breaks in general with crochet. So luckily this has been a very realistic like 24-hour challenge. But I thought for the rest of this video, so it's currently Friday and the event that I'm prepping for is tomorrow. So I just figured for the rest of this video, I could share with you guys the things that I make tonight and tomorrow, whatever that might be. I'm really gonna try to just kind of finish everything today and just be done. I guess technically if we're going on like a clock in and out type situation, then this would still be included in the 24-hour period. It just kind of depends on how you'd like to interpret the challenge, but I don't know. This has kind of just turned into a fun market prep video, I guess. So I am going to stuff this head, add the feathers, add the wings, of course, and then I don't know, we'll see what other things I get up to today. I also have a YouTube members live tonight, so I'm also probably going to be able to crochet some things for that as well. This is just cracking me up right now how his head keeps toppling over. But all right, let's get to finishing our cutie patootie ostrich. Alrighty, the pink and purple flamingo is done. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, it's kind of like a, oh well, it's not really like a diva ostrich. I just really love kind of like the light pastel colors on this one. So I decided to go with a gray beak, and I think that that worked out pretty well with the color palette that I've got going on here. We also have, of course, our white feather detailing that we added on the back there. And like I said, I wanted to make this one because I wanted to show that this could also be like a quote unquote normal ostrich pattern. You don't have to have the iconic suspicious eyes be on it. So for this one, like I said before, these are 25 millimeter eyes and they work perfectly with the size of this pattern. So I already took a picture of this guy and I'm going to include it in the pattern just as like inspo if anybody wanted, you know, a normal ostrich. I'm going to add her to the pile, and just seeing these colors all together are so cute. I don't know, which do you guys prefer? Kind of the more traditional colored ones, the ones that occur in nature, or our fun pink and purple one? So earlier I was in a meeting and I'm a little incapable of just sitting still, so I decided to go ahead and start another fuzzy weighted loaf cat. This is a pattern that's like ingrained into my brain. This is the Annie Caraway Art loaf cat pattern, and of course I'm making it with Feels Like Bliss yarn. But this is the perfect mindless project for me because I've made so many of these that I can listen basically to any presentation or conversation and I can still whip out a fuzzy little guy. So we are going to make another one to go along with the one that we made earlier. And I don't think that I've ever made a yellow one. I thought that would be a fun like spring color. I have my onion. Unfortunately, I did spill a bunch of weighted pellets on the floor while I was making my onion, but this is the price that we pay for fuzzy weighted plushies. I always say once I started using these, I have found weighted pellets in literally every single room in my house. I don't know why. They just kind of like migrate all over the place into rooms that I've never even crocheted in before. They'll be in the laundry room, in the foyer, sometimes they're on my pillow. No, I'm just kidding. They're not actually on my pillow. Though I would not be surprised if one magically did appear on my pillow or just like in your refrigerator. Could you imagine? Alrighty, and I just finished my second little fuzzy weighted loaf cat here. So worth me spilling all of the weighted pellets all over the floor. Of course, I gave this one that white eye detailing as well. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the first time that I've ever made a yellow one, which is kind of surprising, but I am excited to have two. They look really, really cute together. So I was looking at my little list here, and one of the things that I have wanted to make for a while now is a fuzzy weighted cow burger. Looking at all of the different colors, it feels like bliss yarn that I have, I do think that I should have the right colors to make every element of this one, but I do know that this is going to take me quite a while to do. If you're familiar with how long it took me to make the fuzzy weighted sunflower Larry, then this is kind of like a similar size to that. And honestly, there's probably like more detail that goes into it as well because of the hamburger body and like the lettuce and the cheese and tomato and all of those different details. But I think I'm going to try to kind of like commit myself to making this because I really want to make it. And especially with how much I've been crocheting lately, that's one of the ways that we have to keep things interesting, of course, is to make some of the things that we are most excited to make. So for some reason right now, that fuzzy weighted cow burger is really speaking to me. So I think I'm going to get started on that. Okay, I don't know if I can grab all of them at once, but these are all of the colors that I am thinking for this project. I think I have every single Feels Like Bliss color here except for blue and purple, of course. So I think the plan is we are going to do this for the actual cow body. We will do this color for the snout and also for the veggie burger portion. We'll use the orange for the bun, this darker pink for the tomato since that's as close to red as we have. And then of course green for lettuce, yellow for cheese, and then I am going to use this, what was I thinking? Oh right, I'm going to use this for the antlers on the cow. Antlers? Those aren't antlers, those are horns. For the horns on the cow, and then also the sesame seeds that go on the top. I am really, really excited. So I'm going to first get started by making all four of the little legs, because with this pattern, you have to make the legs first because actually the entire body all works up into one piece. So the only sewing required on this one is just the elements of the head, thankfully, because this yarn is actually kind of quite difficult to sew with because it is so slippery. You guys, fuzzy weighted cow is officially done! How cool does he look? This is probably the most detailed thing that I've ever made with Feels Like Bliss yarn. It is completely filled with weighted pellets on the inside here. We have to give them a little spanks. I embroidered all of the sesame seeds on the top of the bun. Of course, we've got our veggie patty in there. We've got the cheese here. The tomato kind of gets hidden a little bit by the lettuce, but that's okay. Love the lettuce. He's got his little tail back here. That's what he looks like on the bottom. And then there is his sweet face. I'm very proud that I was able to finish this basically in, well, it wasn't really in one sitting, but in one evening, I guess. The last time I tried to crochet a project with this yarn that was this big, the fuzzy weighted Larry the Land Turtle, it took me multiple weeks because it just kind of sat in the whip cart. But I was dedicated to getting this one finished, and he is 10.6 ounces. I always like to weigh the plushies whenever I put weighted pellets in them, but I just love how the horns and the ears look. I just added the little like nostril and blush detailing as well. So I'm super excited to have this, and today is Saturday, so it is the day of the live. I'm going to make one more thing, and that is a rainbow bee. This is a pattern by Crochet Grove. So I'm gonna make this, and then I think that will wrap up this challenge video that took a very different turn. I already filled it with the weighted pellets, and it is fully packed to the brim, so I might need to add some extra stitches here on the end to be able to fit it into place. And here we have the finished rainbow bee. I love this pattern so much, and I love the size of these bees too. They're kind of like the size of a potato. I sewed the wings on, and we added the little blush underneath each eye. I did finish up the back here. I added a few more stitches so that I could get all of the weighted pellets in there. It is totally stuffed, but I love it so much like this. So here's everything all together that we made in this video, of course, with some of the ladybugs that I already had made mixed in. Seeing them all lined up like this, I realized realized how hard I went with making all of these ladybugs. Of course, we also have our two cats here, our flamingo, and then these two guys. I love cow burgers so much. And here's everything all together. I actually didn't realize that I had this much stuff, so I'm really glad that like I have enough inventory for this live. We've got all of our lovely ladybugs down here. I also made those little mini penguins in there, the cowboy brontos, the sus ostriches, and then of course all of our little fuzzy weighted friends up there as well. I always try to have as many fuzzy weighted items as I can, and this time I feel like we did a pretty good job. Well, clearly this challenge video did not quite go according to plan, but I feel like it was pretty realistic. Also, it's probably not a good thing to do like a 24-hour challenge video just for the sake of your hands, so it's probably for the best. That's the moral of the story. So my market is actually in like 2.5 hours, so I really need to like plan out what I'm doing, the order that I'm going to do everything in, and then actually make the listings for everything. So that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming along for this challenge video termed like market prep video. How much can I crochet in 24 hours? Apparently not that much, and that's okay. As always, if you guys were crocheting while watching this video, let all of us know what you're making in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!